Hello everyone, this is Kay, and you're on the Collected Soul Tarot channel. Welcome. Thank you for joining with me. The bell really wanted to sing this morning. That's interesting. We're going to do a general reading for the collective, and I just wanted to say before we get started here is that I just finished doing an Ask God Answers video, short video, and I wasn't using these, no, but it was when I moved this deck, because I was using them for my other shorts. When I moved this deck, this card fell out. Now what the Ask video is for, it's about, I think, what works right if to increase the abundance in your life or something like that. I can't remember the question. And the answer card, the solution card that came out is the Seven of Swords. It fell on the table. It was in reverse. I showed it in upright, but I turned it in reverse because that's how it fell. Seven of Swords. So coming out of that kind of energy, but the clarifying cards that help support that card and the question itself was the one where you were it was like Eight of Swords on the left, all up in your head in a mental prison, caught up in your head because of thoughts and fears, right? Ego. And then on the right was the Devil, and those were both upright. Didn't matter if the Devil's upright or reverse, it's still the Devil card, but if the Eight of Swords was in reverse, it would be like you're wanting to or coming out of your mental imprisonment. But they were to support the solution card, which was the Seven of Swords in reverse, right? But then this card fell out after I moved the deck, and it's all about unconditional love. So this is the real solution, but one must become aware that we all have a lot of fears that we need to have a look at, and reconsider and tell us whether or not that's our truth. And if it's our truth, then fine. But if it's not your truth, it's time to let it go and give it over to God for healing, right? And that's when unconditional love can move in, is when we start releasing our fears. So I want to keep that there because it fell out as I was getting ready for this reading. After I just finished the other reading and moved that deck. So I just kind of want to keep it there to keep it as a reminder that it's all about unconditional love. It says self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. The girl holding a heart, right? That is love. That's unconditional love. And that's what we're all actually striving for. We just, whether or not we believe it or think about it, but the reason we are here in this life is to remember who we are, which is that unconditional love, that unseen spirit or energy that God is love is within us, each one of us, and all around us, actually, all the time. Because this world is within God itself, So there's a great need to become aware of who we are. We came out of our mother's wombs largely as a blank slate, totally, completely in tune with who we really are still as a small infant. But as time goes by, the world starts to condition it out of us through the people that care for us and we're around most often as we grow older and older and become more and more capable and more independent. There are people, there's parents, there's siblings. It starts with the parents or the caretakers of who you are, for yourself, and then your siblings, if you have any, teachers, any authority figures at school, staff members, the police, also your peers and friends, people at school, your peers and friends, and how they teach you that their way is better than your way, kind of thing, and so you should be afraid, like you should be really afraid. Just other types of conditioning. Just as the years go by, I spoke about the faucet that's above each one of our heads. Just pretend, but it's really like the umbilical cord to God, right? That's coming down from where God is, which is always above us because we're in the 3D world. Fifth dimension, sixth dimension, and higher. Imagine yourself turning open that valve like you see on your garden tap, the faucet on the outside of your house. You have this spigot or valve to open so that you can, and you can gauge how much water is going to come out of it, like through the hose to your lawn sprayers and watering your shrubs and flowers. So imagine that it is fully open. Fully open. That's unconditional love. When you're allowing the goodness of God to come into your life through you, from the top of your head down into your, through your brain, down the back of your neck and into your down all the way to your spine, and imagine it flowing from the bottom of your spine out through your, down through your legs and knees and calves and then ankles and feet and toes and soles and all that sort of stuff out into, imagine yourself being planted and growing roots down into Mother Earth. Mother Earth is, obviously we're highly connected with Mother Earth because we live on her. And there's much of what Mother Earth contains in her makeup that's within us, our physical bodies. So we grow these roots to ground ourselves in Mother Earth by these roots spreading. Imagine these roots spreading down from the bottom of your feet to her soul, to the core of who she is, right? And that is you being connected from heaven to earth. That is the connection. You are the bridge. Each one of us is the bridge between heaven and earth. So when we because of our fears and unconditioning, after we're born as a baby, we're like pretty much full on still at that point. But then as the years go by with the people that are either trying to make you afraid or they're doing it because they want to protect you in some way, right? Your physical self. They maybe unbeknownst to them are pushing their fears onto you, and you take them in like a sponge. Because if they're doing it, it must be right? But, consider where they came from. They came from the same situation. Born as a babe, clear, pretty clear slate at that point in time, but then their parents not knowing any better and other authority figures were impressing upon them their fears, and the day and the age and the era they were born in, there was a lot more things to be afraid of. And so they, it just goes down from one generation to the next. The same thing happens over and over with most of us, right? All the time. So you grow, taking on more and more responsibilities, independence, and fears. Fears that turn out to be ego. Ego is the one that we feel protects us because it's what we can think, how we can think in order to use our will to manipulate the world in a way that will be as best protected as possible. Financially, physically, emotionally, whatever, right? We impress upon our will on the world. We navigate through our world, our 3D world, trying to eke out a life for ourselves through manipulation, good or bad. But a lot of us, we graduate from high school maybe, and then we go on to college so that we can get that degree, because the degree is what's going to help manipulate a potential employer in seriously taking you into consideration, right? And so forth and so on. We just keep doing that from one area of our lives to another through love, health, education, career, and finances. We do it in all those departments of our life throughout. And if we never stop long enough to say, why am I so afraid of this or that? Why do I have to have all these safeguards in my life that I know ultimately they're going to fall away sooner or later? And you'd have to try and figure out another way to safeguard whatever it is you're protecting. And that's the ego, right? That's our personality that belongs to the body. The spirit is our heart. The heart is the one that's more gentle, more calm, sincere, and serene, and compassionate, forgiving and patient, kind. That's the soul, and it's the soul that hasn't had much mileage in our lives at this point. You know, we haven't had much, you know, just enough to be able to engage in romantic or one-night stands or relationships, you know, longer term relationships, just enough, but never to the point where you actually start allowing your heart to have more of a say in your life than your actual ego mindset. Okay, the fears, the opinions, the attitudes, the beliefs, and the thoughts. So it is all about, if you want to become actually abundant in your life and fully wealthy in all departments of your life, this is the solution. It's to get back to go home to your heart. That's where your true home is it's your heart, your soul inside of you, the God within all of us. It's your heart. That's the oneness. That's where you find self-love, because the self you're going to be loving is that one in you. You get to know them intimately. And I say them, I mean, I get to know, okay, I call her Berna. She's my soul. Although she's me, you know, I absolutely fully acknowledge that's who she is me. But I had to get to actually look at her and actually acknowledge that, oh yeah, you are there. You're there too, aren't you? You've been there all along, and you couldn't possibly not be there. But we just, you know, life just doesn't motivate us or encourage us to look within. Really, it doesn't. We don't go to school and learn all about the inner self, do we? So life is always trying to condition us to the ways of the world. Really, you've got to get an education so that you can get a good job, so that you can become a fruitful person of the world, you know, contributing to the world, right, in some way. So it's never about what's inside of you. Perhaps if you go to Catholic school it might be, but for the most of us it is not. And I realize I'm cutting this a second time because I'm talking, but let's go ahead and get started. So I just wanted to pass that along. That's why I have this card here, is because really anything I pull here, it is really all about going back to who you are. The reason why we're in the turmoil we're in right now in our relationships, maybe having lost somebody because you just, two of you went your separate ways, you weren't ready for each other. It's all about both of us going separate ways so that we can both finally decide that the heart is worth it, worth the time it takes and the pain it might take to really find it. Because the only time we really do turn back to God for help, our heart for help, our soul for help, is when we're experiencing hardships, right? So let's go ahead. What's in our past energy? The mature woman. We had that in this energy here. Present is adjudication. Somebody has been in adjudication. They've made a decision, or a decision has been made for them through the courts. Okay. Near future, we have message. Perfect. Okay. Mature woman, Archangel Michael. Mature woman, she's made a decision. And she's got something to say to somebody. Huh. Yeah. She's made a decision. Okay, so the mature woman, there wasn't enough clarity for the woman who has matured, okay? The collective here. We're talking to a feminine. There may be somebody else in your life that you're not sure about, if they're still part of your life, or this is you. It's saying that you were unclear as somebody who was more like, because this is the Empress. Both of these are like the Empress to me, okay? This is the feminine energy of the deck. There's the little symbol right there. Right there. She's the quintessential feminine in this, the Gilded Reverie deck. And that's going to drive me crazy. So there had been some, unclarity, no clarity. And perhaps she's gained some clarity, and now she's moved, evolved into her more powerful feminine energy of being greatly divine, not only wise, but also extremely capable, taking charge and taking control of her life. So what decision did she make now? That's in the past. Something's happened in the past that caused her to be, sort of hanging out in her shadow, or just being unclear about something, someone or relationship or something, and now she's gained some clarity because it's over here. This is who she has become. In both decks, the Empress. Okay, so what do we got for adjudication? This is all about, that self-love, that unconditional love. Coming back to who she is, which is wise, loving, caring, accepting, all the beautiful qualities of people, right? The ones who have went through much, learned much from it, and have risen above it are the ones who become wise. Adjudication. We have Park, the Park card, which is about, really public places. Oh, look there. Okay. She's decided to, this is the first woman in the this is second, lady number 2. This is lady number 1. This is where she is much more, like the feminine here is more like, using her femininity in the world, right? That would be with men or women, if the same sex, whatever. This is one feeling comfortable in her own skin, okay? This is one who's ready for love, in whatever way that would be. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in a romantic relationship or a romantic pursuit of any kind, okay? Just means love. She's made a decision for love. She's made a decision for love. That's where this card really fits in well now. She's publicly making it known that she's for love. She's all about love. She's publicly making it known that she's all about love. And she will go out in whatever way that is for her into the world to, she's making decisions to do this, to express love, to express that kind of love in the world. She's willing to do that. That's her decision. Okay, and then we have child and we have official person. All right. It's a new world for her because she's evolved in the past. She's comfortable in that new evolution. She's comfortable sitting in her own skin, and she's publicly active. She's a mover and a shaker. She makes decisions. She takes control of her life, and she's all for love. Okay? And then here in the near future, she's going to be ready to be expressing to somebody official. It'll either be an official expression of something, of love, or this is what I'm doing because I'm pursuing my desires, I'm following my heart. I'm following my heart. I feel, giddy and excited. I'm a little child. I'm innocent. I'm ready for a new beginning. It's a brand new, children, brand new thing for me, pursuit for me, way of living, way of thinking, way of feeling. And it's official. It just means there's a lot going on that is just perfect. It's right. It's right. It's right for her. And it could mean that she's talking to somebody she knows that she's interested in a romantic way. Could mean that too. And it's official that she says, I'm innocent, I've started a brand new path, and I'm available. I'm available in the right way. In her way that she's thinking, I'm available in the right way. I have grown and evolved from all my life's lessons, And now I'm much wiser. And of course, you know, if you got to talk about the negative at all for this, I'll be saying that I'm discerning, and though I'm fair, like Queen of Swords, discerning, fair, I'm intuitive, but I also see red flags. I see right through people. So, you know, come forward, you know, let's check each other out, right? Let's go. Archangel Michael, mature woman, King of Coins. Holy smoker, Runatunes. Okay. 3 of Cups. Ooh. The Tower. Just as I thought. Oh, yeah, of course. Just as I thought. Thank you so much, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. Look at these cards. In the past, she grew and evolved because she was engaged like in some kind of threesome, you know, a triangle with a third party, with the King of Coins. With the King of Coins. He put her in a third party. In the past, she was maybe like a Queen of Wands, or maybe like this right here. More like just putting her heart out there and exposing herself, being vulnerable, right? Allowing herself to be very feminine and reachable, you know, feminine, reachable, lovable, like inviting, that sort of thing. She was that kind of person. It doesn't mean like walk all over me, like I've got, like she's not like she has a sign on her head that says loser or anything like that. You know, that please take advantage of me, manipulate me, lie to me, whatever. It wasn't, not like she had that. She was sincere. She, you know, you were sincere. You had all the good intentions of meeting somebody who would reciprocate, right? And you happen to come across this guy here. Let's see. In the reverse, he's ruled by materialism. He's greedy, he's possessive, he's hasty, which means impulsive. He's miserly, which means he's not into equal give and take. He's disloyal, he's going to deceive you. He's jealous because, you know, he's got problems, right? From childhood. He's stubborn and ungrounded. All of these are just issues that have come from childhood. You think about somebody, right? Let's think about this for a second. When you're greedy, remember kids, when you give them money, if you ask them to share, some will. Some will share with their siblings, others won't. No way. They're a bunch of candy falling on the floor. They're in there like dirty shirts, you know, just grabbing as much as they can, and they won't share unless they're, you know, threatened by their parents. You share with Johnny. They're possessive. This is my mom, right? Hasty, well, impulsive, like they just don't have any kind of what do you call those? They don't have any kind of filters, right? They go for it because they think they're immortal. Miserly, like they're going to, if they do share, that'll be amazing. Okay, if they do share, that'll be amazing. Disloyal, well, they don't really know the meaning of it. The only one they're going to be loyal to is their parent. Jealous, yes. Jealous of anyone else, any other kid trying to make their mom your mom. Try to make your mom their mom. Stubborn as all get up and quite ungrounded, because when we're kids, we're going from being perfectly balanced to all that conditioning of the fears, just constantly oscillating back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with emotions. And there's like 3 main emotions that kids know, and that's like happy, and that's mad and sad. Any other layer between that range of emotion, they're not really, you know, they don't understand those layers like adults are supposed to. So yeah, he was greedy, possessive, he was ruled by materialism, in short, okay? And then the Tower came down, because this is who you were becoming, right? God knows this is who you were becoming. Because this guy pulled you into a third party with you know who, Queen of Coins, right? They're perfect counterparts for each other. So she'd be in reverse too. Tending to herself. Excuse me. Perfection, manipulate, ambitious, exacting, possessive, work, home, balance or imbalance, self-focused, shallow, and jealous as well. Okay. And the tower, well, this was before the tower came down, so that there was no more of that putting you in that third party situation. But this tower has also come down to show us that when the Queen came out after that, that he's also, the tower's come down in his marriage to the Queen of Coins. So not only back then in the day when the two of you met each other, and shortly thereafter, or however long you were together, he had you in a third party. You maybe did not realize it. But then the tower came in, and you found out that was when the tower came in. On top of the fact that he just up and left you, you couldn't see any part of him hiding your hair, and no more, weren't hearing from him ever again. You realized he had a Queen of Coins at home. He said he was single, but he wasn't. Okay. So this carry on. So that's come down too. That marriage is no longer. It's the end. Okay, clouds, please. 5 of Cups. This card it's amazing. This card right here often comes out in this position on this, whatever card happens to be here. That is just uncanny. Okay, King of Swords. This one seems to come out here too. Maybe not necessarily in that position, but let's see what else we got. We got the Knight of Wands, woohoo, with the Star. All right. Somebody wanted their wish fulfilled, okay? Somebody wanted to have a wish fulfillment. And in doing so, what happened is it brought nothing but unwelcome changes to everybody. Okay, this marriage here went like this after, shortly after, or sometime after this was, you guys went split. But he had delivered a difficult message of he would just cut you out bluntly. Never mind, he didn't deliver any kind of difficult message of truth. He just cut you out blindly and just went, you're out of my life. I can't have anything to do with you anymore. I was just there for the fun of it with you. Yep, because it was my wish fulfillment. This is lack of faith here. Lacking inspiration or faith. Hopeless, negativity, bored, and despaired. This is all about 100% faith. This is all about faith, right? Loving yourself. This is lacking that faith, because there was no unconditional love in this transaction between him and you. Maybe on your part, but not definitely not at that time on his part. So let's talk about you as lady number 2, the feminine, as I refer to as Empress. Remember, mature woman I refer to as Empress too, but those are 2 separate decks. This is the Gilded Reverie, and that's the Kipper of Ciro Marchetti's decks. Okay, the Hermit. I bet it threw you into Hermit land. The Sun, things were revealed to you. 9 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. Oh yeah, and then there's the 4 of Cups, right? Knight of Swords. Okay, drink please. So it threw you into Hermit land because it was revealed to you that he was not single. He was married. You became enlightened, and in fact you were becoming enlightened, like in the most spiritual way too, especially when you went into isolation, because your heart was so broken that you felt broken in every way, shape, or form, and you needed some, like, I know when I get really upset about something, I need to go into my bedroom and lay down and hopefully go to sleep, because it's the only way that I feel like I can regain myself again, my happiness, right? My central equilibrium. It's just like, don't talk to anybody, don't have anything going on, I'm not going to watch TV, I'm not going to just sit there and not do anything. I'm going to go into my room, get under my covers, because it just feels good, right? Kind of like being in your mother's arms, kind of like that, going back to mom, because she knows better, right? Well, hopefully. So she will comfort you, hopefully, The Sun, this was revealed to you. You were enlightened while you were in hermit land. That he was overindulgent. He was playing the field. He was trying to have his wishes fulfilled. He had many options that you found, at least 2. And that left you emotionally confused and feeling rejected, disappointed, and dissatisfied. He rejected you. He rejected you. Okay, so let's talk about today's time. Now, present time, please. Archangel Michael, thank you for the answers here. Adjudication. Oh yeah, during this whole debacle, you seeking enlightenment, you found out that your precious heart that you would offer to him here was going to be, mishandled, really just mishandled, and that caused you to wise up in the past. Okay, that caused you to wise up. And that's beautiful, right? It's beautiful that you are this wise woman now. I mean, absolutely. But the way we have to go about it most often, it's terrible. That's not beautiful. It's terrible. It's painful. It's some words you can't even come up with in the English language to describe it. It's that painful. Let's see, where is he going to sit? Oh, I don't know. Let's just put it here. Okay. Right. So Empress. Let's see what the Empress is talking about. The Queen of Cups. Hangman. All right. And so what this means is that as the Empress, you moved into, of course, because it's in you anyways, but you were and always were a Queen of Cups. That's this one here in most particular, right? The feminine, sweet, compassionate, kind, empathetic, emotionally expressive, does not fear her expressions, is emotionally intelligent. She is compassionate and kind. Did I say that? Yes. But she's intuitive, and she's forgiving, She's a very loving person, a lovely person. She's the sweetheart of the whole tarot deck. Everybody loves her. What's not to love? Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? That's you. As an Empress, you said, I am not going crossways. I'm not going reverse just because of what happened. I have it in me. I have it in me. Just because this dude went sideways on me doesn't mean that I'm going to become, disenchanted, not greedy, disenchanted. And I don't deal with those negative phrases, expressions, and words. Disenchanted and what? Let's see. Maybe it says on the card. Extremes, wallowing, imbalanced, of course, gullible, but imbalanced. I'm not going to withhold myself, my heart, from interacting with people. I'm just not going to hide my heart, because that's the beautiful part of who I am, and I came to know that a long time ago. And I had to take some time though and stay stuck for a while, don't be moving anywhere. It's getting enlightened. Found a lot of enlightenment, and then became balanced. Heart and mind speaking to each other, informing each other, listening to each other. Balanced, right? This is managing and controlling your emotions. Having spent some time being awakened with new perspectives by the divine when you're in your time of meditation and prayer, or however it is you had to spend, get that kind of spiritual downloads and hits and insight and just spiritual upness, enlightenment, right? So that is what you decided. That was what you decided. I'm not shutting away or locking away my heart and saying, I'm not ever going to be with another man ever again, because they're all just a bunch of you-know-whats, and they take you for a you-know-what, and they do this and that, and they're not worth it. They're just, they're low little whatever on the totem pole. I don't know, whatever you want to say, whatever you might be saying, that somehow justifies you making the decision to cloister yourself, to put yourself away and not be the first one to give of your heart. Now you're always going to be suspicious and paranoid. You meet somebody, what do they want? And now are they just going to leave me like this guy left me? You know, I decided, this one here decided that I'm not going to do that. That was the decision that you made. You're just empressing up, and you're going to use all those famous qualities of an empress to be in relationships of all kinds. All kinds of relationships, because you are the leader and you're the one. I mean, you're all that. You're tough as nails, but soft as a rose petal, you know, just soft as bunnies, whatever, you know, fur. It's beautiful. But yeah, you realize that you had to gain a new perspective so that you can find some kind of emotional equilibrium within yourself, because that was no easy ride, let me tell you, going through that, right? Wasn't. So you had to be able to harden up, but not to the point where you actually got your heart closed off completely and stones in it, stones of fear, and that the stones of repression and suppression, stones of paranoia, stones of secrecy, and you know, just all the things that your heart's not available. In other words, even though you're single and quite available, it's not available. Two of Wands, making a decision there. Full moon, that's an illuminated subconsciousness. Five of Coins, waxing moon, and Two of Cups, and there's Lovers after that. Yeah, it became publicly known for what? That there was two paths to go that left you feeling out in the cold, dealing with somebody you loved, that you truly fell in love with back then. You have been walking that path. But why is it with the public card? Is it that it became publicly known that there was another choice for him to make, and so he left you out in the cold, and in all that time you've been gaining wisdom about, you know, being in love with somebody. Page of Coins, Ace of Swords, King of Wands, Summer Solstice, and Two of Swords with the Ten of Cups on the back. Drink. Sorry guys, I'm dry. Yeah, the offer that was made to you became public, okay? And what was the offer? The offer was that it brought some kind of truth and clarity into your life, okay? Due to this guy here, the King of Wands, and what he had been doing. Summer solstice is letting go of control, celebrating life, having fun in summer. You decided that you would block this guy, this president. You decided you're going to block this guy. When he comes back and he wants to make any kind of offer, you'll be letting him know that you have a path. You have different ways, directions to go here. One of two ways. One is towards him and one is away from him. Okay, yes. See, this is you sitting in you're very comfortable in your own skin as an Empress, Queen of Cups, all right? Yeah, and so if he wants to come towards you, let's say he comes in as a friend, you're going to say, yeah, friend's fine, but only if you show up transparent, you become honest and truthful towards me. None of this BS over here, right? None of this like I'm going to manipulate you and, you know, just have all this passion for you. And then sit on the fence again about what you want in life, who you want in life. You just, this is about blocking. This is about sitting on the fence. So he blocked you. He sat on the fence for the longest time. He showed up, right? Present time. He showed up. He's showing up. But you're telling him you got two different directions to go. You've been looking in on your fears, and you found out that there's things in there that you don't need, that are driving your life to make decisions and not be discerning enough. That's left me out in the cold before. And guess who it was with? This guy right here, right? Who was the king of coins back there. But I've gained a whole lot of wisdom since then. This is gaining wisdom, reevaluating your plans, having a new perspective, having patience, and decreasing, having yourself open and vulnerable to people who just want to take from you. You're not like that anymore. You have very healthy boundaries and very healthy red flag notices for you now as an Empress, because of that, right? Because you were like this, this is all beautiful and good, but you end up meeting some guy who just saw that and said, oh, I'm gonna have a bite of that. Yeah, just let me have a little piece of that. I like that. Yeah. What are these cards doing? 10 of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands. Hope this makes sense. You are comfortable in your skin right now, but you're going to make it publicly known to this dude, when he shows up, he hasn't already, that you only accept the best, like Ace of Swords, right? You only accept somebody who has cut their past away and are going to show up nice and shiny like a coin. Here, nice and brand new coin, shiny, saying, hey, I'm here. We don't have to be anything but friends. I'm fine with being friends, at least right now, right? I'm fine with being friends. You knew that you loved this guy. You did. They may have too, but they just handled it wrong. They mishandled your beautiful heart back then. 10 of Wands with the message. All right. Near future, Ace of Wands. Ooh, passionate new beginning, divinely inspired and offered. 8 of Wands, lots of passionate messages with the Ace of Cups, another divinely inspired brand new beginning with somebody who is from the past. Very interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Child card, please. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. Child card, please. Four of Wands. 10 of Swords. 3 of Swords. And the Fool. But you have the 9 of Coins here. 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, there was that, what you thought was a commitment with that guy. What you thought was a commitment with him. You thought he was committing to you. You really did. He betrayed that because he didn't. He couldn't. He was with somebody else. The Queen of Cups here, or Coins. You're remembering. This broke your heart. This broke your heart, and you felt like a fool. Okay, you felt like an absolute fool, and it just like, now you're independent. You're independent and doing quite well. That's your new beginning, right here. You went through all this. You did. You remember it too. It's not like you've forgotten it. Doesn't mean you're not going to forgive him, but doesn't mean you're going to have anything more to do with him either. So what's going to happen with this 6 of Cups person, the one that's coming back from your past? Is it somebody else? Look at this official guy here. Is it somebody else? This guy here. He's not actual, a guy. This could be a woman, let's say, in a uniform, who represents officialness, Okay. An authority figure of some kind. So who's the one official? Hierophant. Oh. Five of Swords. Somebody wants sabotage. Strength. And the Four of Coins. Oh my goodness. There's the Six of Coins too. Well, look now. Look. There is obviously somebody, like, you have turned to God, right? The official authority in your life is the Hierophant now. The official authority is the Hierophant. To you, the official authority is so you're not going to do anything. You're just gonna you're going to consult your, within first. Try not to press your will upon the world before you actually consult with the divine to find out which way is best, because you don't want to be sabotaging your efforts, all that you've done and built and evolved in your life. You don't want to be self-sabotaging. You want to be instead find that strength from within you, that strength and courage to make important decisions for yourself in your life, because the divine is saying you are attached to this guy from the past. You are attached to this guy. You haven't been able to let them go completely. And that's why they're there. That's why they're coming, if they're not here already. But you're still attached to them. So if you don't want them, if you really don't want them, and you just say, I don't, you better not show up my life. If that's really your truth, is that your absolute truth? Then you really don't need to watch tarot card readings unless they're about for people, single people who want to meet someone new, right? It's not to say this guy's not going to show up all evolved too, but I don't know, guys. It's possible, right? But it's somebody from your past, unless it's a different person from your past that you have, you think about a lot, that you can't get them off your mind, that you've been, attaching yourself to, then it's this guy here, okay? Just so you know. So if you really don't want to have anything to do with him, and that if when he shows up he says, yeah, let's be friends, you just say, no, I'm good. Like, you can just go away. Do it nicely. Don't want to set up karma, right? Just do it nicely. Say, look, we had our time back then, and you did me the way you did me. So, like, I'm moving on. I'm an empress now, and I'm growing. I'm evolving, and I'm moving to better people, better times, better things, better times, right? Just don't be unkind to him, because you'll be setting up karma. All right? Okay. So I could say, take this to the extended so you can find out, but I'm not doing extended right now. So I'm going to put up a poll in the community box, in the community tab of my website, my channel, to see if you think that you'd be interested in me doing extended, because like this was a long enough reading already. I mean, I did a lot of talking in it to explain some things, but this is like a 35 or 40 minute reading already. And at this point, you don't know if it's somebody different from your past. You will know, though. That's the thing. Or this guy. Okay? Or somebody completely new comes in after you let go. If you were to let go, what would happen then? I could do an extended on that, but I won't this time. Anyways, you let me know what you think. What am I doing? Yeah, let me know what you think. I want to do this here. I'm going to do the angels cards. Yes, everything's so nice and neat this time. That's very unusual for me. Okay, let's see. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, and all of the other angels around me and around my people, the viewers that are watching this video. What do you all have to say? Because we are protected. We're divinely protected, every single one of us. Doesn't matter if you're an empress or an emperor or not. Let's go. Listen to your intuition. Yeah. I don't need to say anything more about that, but wait. Listen to your intuition and wait. Don't be hasty, impulsive. Of course, an empress never is. All right. You're discerning. You discern. Last card. The situation will improve for you. Perfect. So, like if we were to do an extended in this, you might actually find out that there's somebody else, or that this guy has actually evolved as well through his growing pains between him and his Queen of Coins. We don't know. So until that point in time, guys, have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow. But check for that community tab. They have the the poll. That is it. I put in a poll, ask a question, and it's yes, no, or whatever you think. And please, I would invite you. That would be wonderful if you would actually engage and actually provide a response. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.